Mic check. Okay. So, quick stream today. I saw this question on the Granblue Fantasy Versus subreddit, so I wanted to take a crack at answering it, and I'm going to open it up to discussion just in case anyone else wants to chime in. Here is the direct link. But basically, it's a newer FGC member, or I shouldn't say that. This person, they predominantly play NRS, NetherRealm Studio fighting games, so Mortal Kombat and Injustice. And those have different types of inputs. I guess you could call them more simplified inputs than Street Fighter, Capcom, SNK, and those type of things. Because instead of doing like a half circle, you just do back forward. Instead of doing quarter circle, you do down forward. Quarter circle back, down back. And we know that in Granblue Fantasy Versus, there's that shortcut button, so you can skip most of that except for the super. So they were wondering if there's any way to bypass that. No, there's not. And then when you can't bypass it, how do you get better at the QCF? QCF, I'm going to type it out. We also know them as 236 or 214 at the back. Yeah, and I have it labbed here. So if I just do it with my muscle memory instinct, if we look at that input display, they're not super clean, okay? This person's like worried that, oh, they can do it most of the time, but how do they get better without whiffing it in like a clinch? And that just really takes practice, because if you can just get to the point where you can pull it off and you become more and more intuitive, just the better you're going to get. I think for a lot of people, when they first start learning these moves, they try to do it too quickly. And here, there is still some leniency. Like imagine me going crazy here on this stick. I can still hit it, but down. See, if you do it too slow, of course, it's not going to pop out. But I would do it probably as slow as you can, and then work on getting that rhythm faster and faster. Because I wonder if, like, some people, it's connecting that button with the final six, so that right. So, quarter circle forward. That's hitting it too slow, right? The only other tip I would say is imagine, instead of the circles, drawing corners, because if you're used to hitting down forward, you really want to get your wrist, if you're on a joystick, or your thumb to hit that diagonal, because it's really easy to brush aside it if you never consciously try to hit that button. What's the throw on this game again? Yeah. Let me go back to two-player side. So down forward. So again, going as slow as possible, and then working your tempo up. That's basically just like music practice with a metronome. No real shortcut, nothing groundbreaking, but if I had to teach anybody, I think that's how I would go about it. And a double quarter circle forward. Not that hard. I think out of all the other gaming conventions to get used to, I mean, the first time using dual analog sticks, something like that, that's way harder than a quarter circle forward movement. I think doing it under pressure, it's a legitimate concern, but keep working at it. Look at me whiff. Okay. Let's see if I can get a couple ranked. And then that'll be it for today.